Hey guys, today's story is about a DM that makes a campaign last a couple months longer than it needs to. I'm gonna keep it vague, because the whole mess is current. I'm playing a campaign by an inexperienced DM. Being close to him, he has complained multiple times that he doesn't really enjoy it, and that the players are too min-maxy or not paying enough attention, etc. And even though I don't fully agree that that's true, our group aren't exactly a well-oiled machine either. So I try to be there when he wants to vent. However, it's come to my attention that he's lying about the campaign. You see, when he first started DMing, he would complain about players being difficult to manage, etc. And after a few months, I suggested he quit and let someone else take over if it was too much. He refused and asked for me to help him with the next few sessions, by helping work out some adjusting of the source material to make it a little bit more lively. This went pretty well, but it appeared that he was still unhappy, so I offered to help him find ways to bring in certain elements sooner across the whole campaign so that the whole thing went quicker for him. He was almost offended by that, even though he was regularly moaning that he didn't like being a DM at all. So I kept being a player, but having DM'd the same group previously, I started picking up on some inconsistencies. All the NPCs became the same, and that's not about the voice. I mean, they all welcomed us with a smile, and then as soon as we tried to converse, bargain, or warn them of the big event, and ask for help, information, or directions, every single NPC became hostile. They all began with a snooty,
"Well, why would someone like me help someone as low as you?"
and then quickly turned into,
"I'm not interested in this problem, so you better leave me now or I'll have you killed and arrested."
The group are not murder hobos by any means. This was after 6 or 7 persuasion checks in about 10 minutes, rolling fairly high each time. We got this attitude from shopkeepers, old mages, supposedly friendly giants, and powerful beings that a commune with a god literally told us would be an ally. And the players all noticed the adversarial nature of the NPCs, and it became a running joke that we could ask 2 questions before they kicked us out. The DM made statements like,
"You are unwashed.
and,
You didn't ask the right questions.
and,
You're speaking common."
as reasons for this. And then the great big plot holes appeared. On our quest, we found an oracle in several ancient texts. Months later, he makes some throwaway comments and the game grinds to a halt. He skipped over a lot of mythology and important information that we should have known because we had spoken with the oracle and had the ancient scrolls. But even with high intelligence checks and history books, etc., he had not told us. At this point, we were now 18 months into a campaign, which, according to the books, a campaign is supposed to last about 12 to 18 months. With this being said, we were only halfway done because massive chunks we should have known by now simply hadn't been told to us. The DM claimed we just hadn't taken notes, but 3 of us were very careful to write literally everything down. NPCs who should have offered up other knowledge had been too quick to fight us before we could get anything out of them, and we'd been wasting months doing one thing when the true objective was something we should have figured out, and started preparing for months ago. So I did a bad thing. I looked up the next NPC we were supposed to meet. Not his stats, just a vague idea of him. Surprisingly, along with several others we had already met, were tied to an organization that is listed as part of my background. When we made our way to meet him, I made some passing comments about some symbols, and a few other things. Trying not to metagame, but suspecting I knew what would happen, I was asked for a check to see if I knew about these symbols. I rolled a 21, I was told no. Despite it being something in my own backstory from over a year ago, I wouldn't know about this organization, and this NPC definitely wasn't part of that gang. When he turned his attention away, I double-checked. This NPC is so definitely part of that faction, he has their well-known symbol engraved on his breastplate for all to see, and anyone from my hometown would recognize it. This faction is integral to the big event, and now that we apparently don't know of their involvement, we need to keep digging for months to figure out what to do next. Since the DM had the NPC magically die the second we started questioning him. I did not call the DM out on the lies, since he hates metagaming. But at this point, it's been a long, difficult campaign that I don't even enjoy anymore, and the DM is deliberately trying to stop us from completing it. And I don't know why. I don't know what his plan is, but ever since I offered to help him, he has decided to take the source material and mess with it just to waste our time and make the real quest unnaturally difficult. Well guys, this sounds like just a bad DM overall. And not because he's a new one. It's because of the numerous things that he was doing to hamper the player's progress. He could have tried pacing things out so that it wasn't necessarily a race to the finish, but when you deal with months of procrastinating, that's pretty unacceptable. The DM could have also have been one of those DMs that thinks that he can win, which, as far as any DM should be concerned, the players having a good time is a win. Which the DM was seemingly guilty of making the game everything but. But in any case, guys, that's the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed, and if you have a story that you'd like me to narrate, let me know. And as always, thanks for watching, and have a good one.